with live breaking news.
Breaking news in Fullerton, where a plane crashed into a building. Good evening, I'm Ellen Leyva.
And I'm Philip Palmer. The crash sparked a fire. People are being evacuated. There are injuries. Many of them have been evacuated out of the building. Let's go to Chris Christie. He's live in Air 7. Chris?
That's right, Philip. We're along Raymer Avenue here at the approach end of Fullerton Airport. You can see numerous fire crews arriving on scene here. There are firefighters inside of that warehouse battling that 4-alarm blaze caused by that plane crash that smashed through the middle of the roof of this warehouse. There are several people being treated for injuries on the exterior of the building. We do not have a firm count of total patients as of yet, but again, firefighters inside the building as well as on the roof of the building attempting to ventilate this fire. A heavy fire in the moments after this crash, now appearing much less ominous as they start to get a handle on it. The smoke is dissipating. You can see it's taking on a lighter shade, but coming from other parts of the building. So it's perhaps spreading a little bit, but it does appear the overall amount of smoke is decreasing. They are getting water on that fire as they try and figure out what they are dealing with inside of that building, that plane, leaving behind a gaping hole no more than 10, 20 feet in the middle of that building. You can see water coming from the sprinkler system there as well as from the inside of the building as firefighters continue to battle this blaze. Again, we're just about a couple hundred yards away from the approach end of Fullerton Airport as this small single engine fixed wing plane was on its final approach here at Fullerton. Guys.
Well, Chris, I was going to ask you, and you mentioned the plane. We have no idea what kind of plane this was, how large it is. You just said small fixed wing, but it didn't leave a big hole in the plane, but it left something that made it look like it went straight in.
Yeah, we don't have official confirmation, and we don't want to. There are some identifiers going around online, but I have not exactly confirmed the type of aircraft, although it is reported to be a very small single-engine aircraft with about 4 seats, potentially up to 4 people in the plane. We don't know if anybody other than the pilot was actually inside this aircraft, but there are reports that this is a 4-seater. And again, we don't have official numbers yet, but you can tell about how small it was just, again, based on the size of that hole. So hopefully the amount of carnage inside is limited due to the small area of the building that was affected here. We can only hope that the people inside this building, which is reported to be a furniture warehouse, although we are still trying to clarify that as well, but a reported furniture warehouse is on fire. By the way, furniture itself is fairly flammable, so if there's a large amount of material in there, certainly that would also contribute to the fire on top of the fuel inside the plane. So they are contending with a number of factors here, but it does appear that overall this fire is starting to take on a less threatening site here. But you can see firefighters outside of that warehouse, at least 3 people that we've counted with fairly minor injuries. You can see a number of stretchers set up there, but mostly just people being tended to with arm and leg injuries, it appears.
Yeah, we were saying during our streaming coverage that perhaps the warehouse was semi-empty because of the holiday week, so we can only hope that's the case.